and welcome to another Kevin Entertainment video. It's Art here with the book review for Nightshade by Michael Connelly. It's the first book in the Detective Stillman series. Yes, Detective Stillman is a new detective in the LA Sheriff's Department, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. I'm assuming Los Angeles County Sheriff Department and not the city. As we meet him, he's already a banished detective off into a banished island off the coast of LA County proper. We find out later through the book why he was banished there, but the premise is he's basically a rung above just being let go from the department, because what he did was mess up with mess up in such a huge way it almost cost him his badge, is what I was trying to say. It is, Michael Connelly writes well. He writes very well. He could teach a masterclass on how to write mystery and thrillers and all that jazz, but I will say this book was a little bit slow in the beginning, and yes, you can say it was the first book in a new series, so he's establishing things. I get that completely, but it was at best a slow starting block one. At worst, it would turn people off, because it isn't until about a third of the way through the book, roughly about a third of the way through the book, that you start building in the action, the suspense, and what's going on with the series and what's going on with the book. Sorry, I was trying to swallow so I wouldn't cough there, and it did work. But the characters are well developed. The character of Detective Stillman is well developed. His supporting characters of the deputies he's in charge of on the island, very much a well developed crew, because you know a lot of what's going on. But it is a slow book in the sense of it takes a lot to get out of the starting blocks. It is, however, once the action gets rolling, then it's the typical Michael Connelly pulse pounding, white knuckle ride, edge of your seat ride that's enjoyable, and the twists and turns that we take at the end are true Michael Connelly-esque. They are true artistry in the book. So is it a bad book? No. Is it a good book? Yes. Is it an amazing book? Probably not, because I've seen him start better. He certainly started better in The Black Echo, which is Harry Bosch's first novel. So that's the thing. I'm not saying this is bad. Like the ancillary characters are good, and he can describe the island off the coast of LA County very, very well. And I like the smaller setting and the out of the way setting, so that you're out of the way of Renee Ballard, you're out of the way of Harry Bosch. You can kind of establish the new character, but I think he stumbles out of the starting gate because he's slow with doing it, and he just doesn't build it right. Once the book gets going and the natural momentum of the case takes over, that's when the book gets good. That is when the book really just shows off the artistry. Let me scoot up a little bit. It shows off the artistry. It shows off the mastery. It shows off the excellent ability and craftsmanship that Michael Connelly can and does possess. So will I continue on with the series? That's one question when I review a book in a series. That's one question I always ask myself. You see me put it in the description always down below the video. And that is very true. And the answer to this is happily yes, because I think now that the character is established, now that the setting is established, now that everything is established, I think we're going to see a more pulse-pounding action thrill ride in book number 2. The example of this is, of course, the Harry Bosch books, but also the second half of the book of Nightshade itself. It becomes a pulse-pounding thrill ride that doesn't let go. It is a masterful craftsmanship in the last 2/3 of the book. The first third of the book, the only thing I can say is maybe he took a day off and just wasn't all there when he wrote it, or maybe he just did stumble out of the starting blocks and didn't know how to start it. But for me, it's a 4 out of 5 on the GoodReads scale. It is a read it, own, like it on my scale. I'm glad I have it in both digital and physical formats. I'm glad I took the time to get it. I'm glad I took the time to read it. I'm glad that Michael Connelly is starting to branch out from the Lincoln Lawyer, from Renee Ballard and Harry Bosch. So I'm pretty sure that at some point Detective Stillman will get pulled into what I call the Connelly verse. So it is very important that he flesh it out, that he build it out, and that he do things that need to be done. But let me know in the comments down below if you plan on reading or have read Nightshade. Let me know that in the comments down below. Also in the comments down below, let me know if you'd like me to do a deep dive on this book, because that is very plausible, that is very doable, and I can see myself doing that rather quickly. But without further ado, you know I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. I do appreciate you guys' patience for letting me get this video out a day later than our schedule usually allows. I do appreciate that patience. But until next time, happy reading. I'll see you again soon. And peace.